So, a way to bring everyday luxury and feeling good into our lives doesn't have to cost anything is something I started a few years ago, and I call it a spa shower. It just feels nicer to take the time and not be rushing through everything. So, I mean, of course, sometimes we have to rush, that's no big deal, but I just had a spa shower and I put patches on my under eye area just to feel that hydration, and it just feels refreshing. In my last house, I called my washroom, my bathroom, the replenish and refreshment room, R&R, and might even start calling my new houses, new apartments, washroom, that, because it feels nice. Just there's something about it that's soothing. And so calling it a spa shower means we don't necessarily rush, like we don't want to waste water necessarily, depending on our beliefs, but it feels nice to just enjoy it, no matter how long you have to take it. Enjoy the water on our face, on our bodies. Everything can be meditative, and showers are no different. So just enjoying, I do like a cold kind of like minute or two, and then obviously a hot minute or two for, say, some shoulders that have been doing some heavy lifting, or some knees that need extra love because they're getting better and better every day in every way, or an ankle, just to aid in allowing those nerves to loosen up and relax, and allowing the tendons and the muscles to support the joints. That's what they're there for. Tendons and muscles are supportive connective tissue. So support, support, support. Obviously, we love you, cartilage. Thank you, cartilage. Thank you, calcium in our diets. Thank you, calcium in our bones. Thank you, our cells. Our cells love us so much, and they know everything about us. They are amazing. Thank you, cells. And as far as it goes with Neville Goddard, let's get into it. So I think going to the end, living in the end, I think is the most important Neville Goddard concept, because everything else springs from that. Dare to assume it. Dare to assume that the wish is fulfilled and it will harden into fact. Dare to assume you are that which you want to be, and you will be it. Persist in the assumption, it will harden into fact. I think there's something so concrete and immediate about it that, Abraham Hicks would say, ask and it is given, which is amazing. We love that concept, and I believe it to be true. We ask for the improvement with, say, a negative experience. It could be a positive one too, so then we'll ask for more of that. So either or, both things work. So we ask for an improvement, and it's given. And then we allow it in. It's up to us. It's always up to us. And so with Neville and living in the end, it really crystallizes what we must do. We must dare to assume that we are that which we want to be. So for me, I like to term the fall, I like to call it feel good fall, right? We're winding down to the end of the year. There's reflection. There's things we want to do before the end of the year. There's maybe a certain point that we want to be in some of our endeavors. Like for me, I want a finished script, at least in its second draft, and I want a finished TV script, hopefully in its second draft as well. I obviously want the money to be flowing into my experience, considering I'm not working full time, so I have other income streams I'm preparing to launch into. So I want my bills to be paid easily and have money left over. That's what I want. And so just spending time imagining it as done, assuming my wish fulfilled. It's easy to pay my bills. This is something that I can say over and over and just really enjoy on the inside, because we give it to ourselves in imagination first, and imagination is the real thing. So when we enjoy what we desire in imagination. The real place is where God is. God is our wonderful human imagination. God is man wishing to become alive, or God is hoping to be man coming alive in the body. No, I'm messing that up. God is consciousness waiting to be awakened into the body of man. I'm pretty close there. Don't quote me on that. That one I have to go back to, but I'm very close. But I promise I'll come back to that one. I will come back to God wishing to be awakened into man. I'll come back to it. But I'm close. I know that I'm close. So I'm going to keep that going forward. But yeah, so assume it. Dare to assume it. Dare to assume your dreams are now. Dare to assume your dreams are realized. And what would it be like if that were true? And that emotion is the manifestation. And Abraham Hicks says this a lot. When you make that emotion the primary manifestation, you're set. You're done. You have got it made because you've achieved it. And we can achieve it more and more as we practice. It just takes practice. And I remember first stumbling upon Abraham Hicks years ago and just being like, wow, I'm super not ready for that. But when the student is ready, the teacher appears. And 10 years later, I was ready for that. And 5 years after that, I was ready for Neville. And Neville is it for me. So that's why we're doing the Neville series. And that's why with this video, we're starting with assume it to be true. Dare to assume that what you want is true. Dare to assume the wish fulfilled and watch it harden into fact. And the world of appearances is just that. So it doesn't matter how long it takes. Neville talks about it. It could be, how long until something is birthed. If the desire is inside us, then it will come to its appointed hour. He talks about once a female of any species is pregnant, how long does that pregnancy take? You can't be a little bit pregnant. You are pregnant. Therefore, the birth will happen, right? And so, with a lamb, it's a few months. With a cow, it's X months. With a human, it's 9 months. With, birds, it's a shorter gestation period. So it doesn't matter how long it takes. When we take that out of the equation and just enjoy our now, because now is all there is, right? If we're looking to the past and thinking good or bad about it, if we're looking to the future and thinking good or bad about it, if we're standing in our now thinking good or bad thoughts, we're doing it all now. So that is powerful. That is something powerful to remember and consider. So dare to assume it. If you dare to assume the wish fulfilled, it will harden into fact. And I mean, that's it. Like if you think about it, everything else just overcomplicates it, right? But our brains want to learn and our brains want to think about things and get in there and dissect things. And that's good too. We are here to explore. We are here for variety. And there's so much variety in Neville's work. So I'm super excited to explore Neville's teachings with you. So I leave you with this to think about your desire. What would the feeling be if it were true? And dare to assume you are it now. Just dare to assume you are it now. What would you have to be? What kind of person would you have to be for it to be now? For it to be true? And just walk in the assumption that it's true. It's going to feel weird at first. It still feels a little weird for me, and I've been studying Neville for about 1.5 years. But honestly, it gets easier and easier and feels better and better. And it's about the frequency of how often we do things, not the length of time during which each imaginal act, let's say, takes place. So dare to assume it. And just even contemplate, what would it be like if it were true? If my wish were fulfilled and it is, but if my wish were fulfilled right now, what would it be like if it were true? What would it be like if it were true? And revel in that feeling. What a way to go to sleep, knowing that your wish is fulfilled. How satisfying. Like, that satisfaction. And the more satisfied you feel, the more things around you will feel satisfying. That's so satisfying. Like, that feels so good. So that's something that I would suggest you have a little think about if you want. Just a little think about, daring to assume it. What could that feel like for me? And how fast can I flip that switch? Well, as long as we're focusing what we want, we can flip that switch immediately. So, yeah. So, daring to assume the wish fulfilled, it hardens into fact. What would the feeling be like if it were true? That's the start of our Neville Goddard series. Let's have some fun. Thanks for stopping by to Allison Appreciates. And yeah, I'm going to enjoy doing this Neville series with you. I hope you like Neville. He's, of course, my favorite spiritual teacher. Obviously, lots out there are wonderful as well. It's whatever resonates with you. What resonates with you? And that's something we can always come back to. So let's say a little thank you to the source within. Abraham calls it their inner being. I like using that. I also like using the source within. Neville calls it obviously God is within. He just calls it God. So it's whatever universe, whatever term you feel comfortable with. But let's just put our hand on our heart and let's just be thankful. Because when we are thankful, we are aware that we are deserving, that we are worthy when we are thankful. And when we're appreciative and thankful, it just feels so nice to feel good and to be pleased, to enjoy our expansion on the planet. So, thank you, self. Thank you, source within. Thank you, inner being. Thank you, universe. Thank you, God. Thank you, source. Thank you, Earth Mother. Any term that you love is the term to use here. And thank you. Being alive on this planet is a gift. Our breath is a gift. Our heart beating all the days of our life, that is such a gift. That is abundance. The trees and grass and flowers and living things, all living things that surround us are gifts. And we are one. We are all one with them, and they are one with us. And we are one with each other. Even if we feel separation sometimes, we're one with each other. And yet we do have identity, which is amazing. So being on the planet, it's a special thing. It's a special thing, all of our planets and in alignment in the solar system, and the sun warming the planet to give us life, to sustain life, our home. It's amazing. It's amazing. I love seeing us all doing so well. I love doing as Jesus did and seeing everyone in their fullest of health. It's so satisfying. I see myself in my fullest of health too. Those gorgeous knees, everything else going gorgeously. Thank you, cells. Our cells are omniscient. They know everything. They're glorious. Our glorious cells doing so much work on our behalf, taking whatever food we eat and making our bodies run. It's gorgeous. Our bodies are really amazing. They're just amazing. They're amazing. Our bodies are amazing. Maybe just do a couple of deep breaths in and out through the nose. That was really satisfying. I hope you enjoyed a little introduction to my Neville Goddard series and a little cute baby prayer, a baby meditative prayer. Let's go there. A little meditative prayer. And let's have a feel good fall, everyone. Thanks for stopping by.